when you talk about the traditional CRM and contact management, you talk about having all of that data centralized in one spot so you understand who Aru is as a person, maybe her personal likes, the loans she's closed in the past, giving them that view. One of the things that we've been focusing on is how do we take this first party data that we have on each one of these consumers, and how do we pair it with other data sources such as credit triggers or home listing data to really understand who Aru is as a person and make sure that that loan officer is primed and in the right position to help Aru during that next transaction.
A good CRM, it has cross-channel and it's light, and it's something that really assists the LO almost to the point where, in a perfect world, you barely know what's there, right? It's really working for you and you're not working for it.
They kind of use our APIs in a variety of different ways. Most importantly is, hey, I've got a consumer on the phone, I've got their information, I need to quickly, determine what's going to qualify as a product, what's the best rate price that we can offer these guys in seconds versus, kind of sorting through paper. So most of built a way to call our pricing engine without ever having to leave the CRM to get data quickly, but then also to essentially store it, right? So whatever our lenders are lucky enough to lock and fund these days, somewhere down the line, right, we're going to have a refi opportunity. And by having that where they can say, we're locked at X, and then we've built an API to Mortec to constantly pulse current market conditions. So when rates drop, I'm actually recycling my old pipeline automatically for the refinance play. The big one we see is just the lock approval process, right? And again, going back to buy boxes, our clients told us that, hey, I might be hedging, I might be super busy, right? If it fits parameters, FICO score is from this band, loan amounts this band, even interest rate for that matter. I don't need to touch it. It's good. I can auto approve it. The loan officer is good to go, and kind of off we go. So that's been, something that we've come out with, in the past couple of years just to improve that process. So again, if it's an 8-paper squeaky loan, secondary doesn't have to log into the file, look at it, approve it. Again, they can kind of define that through various granular levels. Ultimately has been a big one, from the pricing engine perspective. I guess the holy grail of automation is going to be the auto lock directly with the investor. Right?
I think oftentimes conversation is what works best, right? Text, phone call, chat, email, and they all work, right? You have to be able to kind of have them run in tandem. And again, meet the customer where they want to be met, when they want to be met, and have that automated. But I'm a firm believer that, especially when you're dealing to a consumer, you don't want to over automate it, right? You want to have just enough automation to not get yourself in a bind.
And I think there's two layers of automation that we really focus on. The first is how do we automate that communication to the consumer so that they're getting that, on-time information when it's relevant to them. The other thing is the automation that we're driving for the loan officers as well, which is super important, especially in today's world where they are expected to manage more deals. And when we think about automation as a whole, we think about, really how do we take the data that we have in the platform, pairing it first, second, third-party data, generating the insights on those, and bringing the action to the actual loan officer. Yeah, I mean, the email is super powerful, right? And we have people that run multiple campaigns on email, a lot of the on behalf of the loan officer based off of things that are happening. A lot of people are pushing more into the SMS, and we have two different tools, right? There's the automation of the SMS going out, which we call our one-way tool. But then we have more and more retail originators that want to use the two-way SMS tool within our product. So that way it's pulling all those communications into one channel. We see, on the social media side, we see both sides of it. We see a lot of paid advertising. We have, one of our partners is AppWorks, where they're doing a lot of the marketing on behalf of the loan officer's brand on the retail side, which is still very popular.